Okay, so let's hang out for a second. Let's talk about this. I need to drink some coffee. I need to get caffeinated. So we we started on this journey with Alice, slowly descending back into madness, escaping into Wonderland, which we know is, it's all in her head. It's a safe space for her. It's kind of like they're supposed to be fortified walls, for Alice to kind of exist in safely, while her outside experience is probably not matching up. And we learned yesterday, yesterday for me, if anyone's watching this, I'm so sorry. But for the last chapter, we learned that she's just basically being trafficked. The doctor that's been doing all this work on her is trying to scrub out all of this shit from her past, and is basically just, doing what he has to do to manipulate her and put her through the system. So, so the last episode was, I keep saying episode like it's Dragon Ball Z. The last chapter was difficult. It's not that it was hard, but it was difficult to manage. I was very disappointed in it. I really expected better out of it. But it's just because like the chapter prior to that was really good. It was really good. I had a good time with it. And I'm not saying that everything was a wash. I mean, the aesthetics were really good. I touched base on all of this in the recap for the last chapter, but like, I didn't hate it, but man, did the level design really get in its own way. It was very frustrating. Oh god, I have so much coffee in me. I have so much coffee. Okay. So we're here. We're chapter 6. There's nothing. There's no snouts to be peppered. There's no memories to be recovered. There's no Radula rooms to be completed and no bottles to be collected. So, and we have 729 teeth. I'm a little bit irritated. It's not 730. It's fine. There's nothing I can do about that. So I assume that there's just nothing to collect. I guess this is just going to be story content, which is fine. I'm gonna try my best to react in accordance to what's going on the screen. I'm gonna do my best to give you genuine reactions. I also feel kind of weird, like just talking and rambling over cutscenes. So if I'm annoying, you're not gonna hurt my feelings by telling me that I'm annoying, because I secretly know that I'm annoying. I get it. So it's fine. It's okay. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. To the game's credit, it really does it does atmosphere very well, and that's something that I've praised since the very beginning. It's been an enjoyable experience as far as that's concerned.
You oozing sore of depravity! Children wearing their names around their necks as if they're breeding livestock.
A declaration of their pedigree. You could use one. They're proud to display their provenance.
You brute! They can't remember who they are or where they're from. How many minds have you twisted into forgetfulness?
Not enough. Yours would have been a triumph. Still, you're an insane wreck.
Same.
My work is done.
Hell yeah. We got the OG outfit on too. I don't know, because nobody's mentioned it yet. I don't know if anyone's noticed that I got dressed up for this occasion. I put on my nice jacket. Tried to be very Alice themed. It's okay if we don't like it, and it's not very slimming on me. That's okay, but I just wanted everyone to know I got dressed up for the finale. Now if I can just figure out what the fuck to do. Okay, there we go. I just had to... Okay.
Hatter, I must stop this infernal train and the evil force that drives it.
Everything's a nail, is it, Miss Hammerhead? First it was all search, freak, fear, and fragmented memories. Now it's the train. Never time for tea. While your brain's on holiday, we're ruined.
These cutscenes are like 240p. It kind of gets on my tits a little bit.
Hell in a teapot, but not forgetting what your senses saw. Forgetting is just forgetting, except when it's not. Then they call it something else. I'd like to forget what you did. I tried, but I can't.
You've used me and abused me, but you will not destroy me.
No, the damage is done. The old Alice and her Wonderland retreat are demolished. You can't even recognize what's happened, and you're powerless to change it or move against me. I've made certain of that.
This guy's a dick.
Come to receive your punishment, then?
I know I'm guilty of something, but punishment never suits the victims of the crime.
Abuse is a crime the strong visit on the weak. You're right. Abusers are insufficiently punished for the damage they do. Those who witness abuse without seeking retribution for the harm pay a penalty. Your own pain mitigates your failure to act earlier, but you may not yet have paid enough for witnessing the pain of others.
Okay. Is this still the case? Okay, yeah, there's nothing to collect. This game has gotten me so accustomed to being like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go this way, but let me just check behind every single little corner first to make sure that there's not a pig snout snorting at me. But I'm glad to be I'm glad to be free. Are we on the train? Yeah, we're on the train. We're definitely on the train.
You corrupted my memories, but you failed to make me forget.
I could have made you into a tasty bit. Clients out the door waiting for a piece from a raving, delusional beauty with no memory of the past or no sense of the future. But you wouldn't forget. You insisted on holding on to your fantasies. You're mad, like your sister.
Don't speak of her. You didn't know her.
Your sister was a tease, pretended to despise me. She got what she wanted.
Free have been released.
My Lizzie, what is this train's destination?
Madness and destruction. You shouldn't ask questions you know the answer to. It's not polite. And that noise wasn't Lizzie talking in her sleep.
Oh, no. Poor Lizzie.
And there are no centaurs in Oxford. Make your survival mean something, or we are all doomed!
Oh yeah? It was a really immersive experience, you know, where it gives you like 4 cutscenes of the chapter and then it just fucking freezes. That's great. It looks like we're locked up. It looks like we're locked up. That's great. Let's see what we got. Alice, what are you doing? What are you doing to me, man? What are you doing? We just locked up? Is that what we're doing? We did good. You know, we went 2 streams without a crash. Oh boy. Okay. Guys, we're gonna pause for just a second. Bear with. I say pause. You can continue to watch. That's totally fine. I'm just gonna be doing computer things. Oh man. Yes. Yeah, it's broken. It's mega broken. My computer hated that. It froze and the computer started it started going crazy like a leaf blower. That was wild. this was the biggest thing that I was concerned about before getting into this game. Was that in just some light research before I got into it, just to make sure that I would be able to make sure it was compatible for streaming. You know, everybody was saying the game is extremely poorly optimized. Let's see.
You corrupted my memories, but you failed to make me forget.
Okay, there we go. That was weird. You just took away her eyebrows. Did you guys see that? That was fucking crazy.
Out the door, waiting for a piece from a raving, delusional beauty with no memory of the past
Okay.
and no sense of the future. But you wouldn't.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have to apologize for that crash, but I'm going to. I'm going to take full responsibility for it.
Don't speak of her. You didn't know her.
Your sister was a tease, pretended to despise me.
Can we... Okay, we just can't skip it. I'm so sorry, guys. We're just going to live it a couple times.
My Lizzie, what is this train's destination?
Madness and destruction. You shouldn't ask questions you know the answer to. It's not polite.
What we'll do, I just won't even mention the crash, you know? Like, we'll just pretend like it didn't happen. We'll gaslight everyone that's watching the posted video, and they'll have no clue. They'll have no clue what we've witnessed.
Survival means something, or we are all doomed.
Goodness, okay.
The past must be paid for.
Oh gosh, okay. Oh yeah? Gonna really miss the oil babies. Not the gross ones, the fly. I'm not gonna miss those. Just the cute ones that don't fly. Hey, game? You gonna let me target anything? Okay.
Could you kill off the lie?
Oh man, okay.
The cost of forgetting is high.
Is that him showing his ass? Super Smash Brothers wants its final boss back. So what's okay, oh, okay, wonderful. Huh? Okay, that makes sense. I was like, what is he doing? Did I get him? I got him.
Make believe Avenger.
No, thank you. Please don't, no, please don't do that. Okay. Gotcha. Oh man. Yo. The targeting is losing its fucking mind. But you gotta... Man. No, that's straight. That's straight. I get it. I can't win. I get it. It doesn't matter. I get it. You don't want me to win. I'm not gonna win. I get it, game. Yeah, okay. Goodness, man. When the game decides that it really wants to just beat your ass, there's not much you can do about it, man. You just kind of get stuck in it.
Make believe Avenger.
I know it's the modern gamer thing to compare every game to fucking Dark Souls, but look, it's not a Dark Souls comparison, but I will say, I think there's a reason why. Cool. I think there's a reason why a parry system works so well in a game, like not necessarily like a Dark Souls, but come on, man. In a game like Sekiro, a lot of the more common like third-person action platform games have a parry mechanic, and it's because it allows you to be able to defend yourself without the same level of consequence that exists in a lot of other games. Like, you can defend yourself and absorb a hit and it not be the worst thing in the world, you know. I think that's what this game needs. I think it should have been the umbrella. That should be a parry. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I gotta have a way to be able to get away from that. I feel like that would benefit the game tremendously. I'm still very dying. You gotta give me a way to get out of that, man. Like, I just can't get out of it. And once he does that, I'm toast. I can't, oh my god. That doesn't make any sense, man. Like, I should be able to defend against that. I mean, there's no way that was it, right? There's no way.
I'll see you charged. In prison, some half-wit bruiser will make you his sweetheart, and then you'll hang.
Indeed. A hysterical woman, former lunatic, roaring outrageous accusations against a respectable social architect and scientist. My God, Alice, who would believe you? I scarcely believe it myself.
You, monstrous creature. Such evil will be punished.
By whom? By what? Psychotic, silly bitch. Your madness will be punished. Now leave. I'm expecting your replacement.
Okay. I guess that was it. There's gotta be a second phase. I feel like that was way too easy. This is gorgeous though. I'm glad they found the budget for the level design here. This is beautiful.
Alice, we can't go home again. No surprise, really. Only a very few find the way, and most of them don't recognize it when they do. Delusions, too, die hard. Only the savage regard the endurance of pain as the measure of worth. Forgetting pain is convenient, remembering it agonizing. But recovering the truth is worth the suffering. And our wonderland, though damaged, is safe in memory for now.
Whoa, that was it? Oh, okay. Okay. No shit. Okay. Well. We get a... What? Oh, shit, I wonder if there's a post-credit stinger. I wonder if Alice is joining the Avengers. We'll see. You know. I'll hang out. I'll hang out till the end of the credits and find out. Huh. You know? I want to give my thoughts here. I also want to make sure this is the end of the game. It seemingly is, right? Okay, I can hold A to speed this up. I'm just gonna let it roll. Maybe. Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess there's just not really a lot going on at the end of this. Man, does anyone have any questions about about what we witnessed? I think everyone's fairly familiar with the game and the story. That was an interesting experience. The last chapter. I gotta find my thoughts here. It wasn't a bad time. I'll say that. It wasn't a bad time. I'm a bit disappointed though. I think the story of this game is good. I really had a I had a good time with it. I think that taking so long from chapters 1 through 5 to peel back the layers of this, and then to get to chapter 5 and be like, yeah, this guy's he's a rapist and a pedophile, and he's human trafficking. For the story to come to that point, it's interesting. I didn't expect it. I kind of assumed maybe that was the whole deal, that like, she's definitely going through all this because she's very heavily traumatized. She's obviously trying to figure out and put the pieces back together of like what happened with her family. I feel like they did a really good job, kind of drip feeding you the house fire and working through that mystery and going and reclaiming all these keys and unlocking new aspects of her memories and learning the truth through going deeper into Wonderland. I really enjoyed that. I really did. But chapter 5 ending up the way that it ended up, and then culminating in 6, and like there's not really, like, I feel like I wanted more out of that. I really did. I really wanted more out of chapter 6. I wanted a more fulfilling boss fight. It feels like there were other enemies in the game that put up more of a fight than that boss fight. So I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if that was just set up to be like, yeah, I mean, Alice has got so much control now, she can just whoop this guy's ass. I mean, that's a great explanation for it, for sure. But yeah, that was interesting. Even ending the way that it ended. Obviously Alice does what she does. She is taking control of what's going on physically around her. Her reclaiming that last key and pushing the doctor in front of the train, while like in her like outfit and everything. I think that made it's very on the nose of like, she's back. She's formally in control of what's going around her, or what's going on around her rather. And then leaving the train station and then going, walking out and being back in Wonderland. I feel like that's kind of like an Inception ending, where like that could be taken either like she's fully in control and her Wonderland's put back together, or like whatever's happened at the train station after he says what he says of like, hey, you can say whatever you want to, but no one's gonna fucking believe you. Maybe that was also really traumatizing, and she's the only way that she has to escape is to go back into Wonderland and just put things back, into some sort of organized manner to be able to survive what's going on with her head. I feel like maybe that's just me trying to grasp a dual meaning there, with some kind of hope that it's a little bit more ambiguous than it was. But overall, if I had to rate this game, I said yesterday, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I said yesterday that the game was a very 7 out of 10 game. And that wasn't me rating it. That was me kind of describing it as a 7 out of 10 type game. Because there's a lot of games that kind of occupy that space. I could probably comfortably say that about this game too. I could probably say that, it's probably a 7 out of 10. The game's best qualities. And I think it's something that like does kind of break my heart that American McGee's never going to get the chance to do another one, because like, man, I want another one really bad. After playing this and even going through some of the stuff that I struggled with and like having some of the complaints that I have, I want another one. Like I want a better game, not a better game, but like I want a newer game. I want a game design with more modern platforming sensibilities. I want it to have newer and updated aesthetics. I want something like that to have a better chance of being able to breathe a little bit more, because I also feel like the industry understands game writing a little bit better now than they ever have. I mean, I used the comparison yesterday for like God of War. What was it, the I'm so sorry. I keep yawning. I think it's 2017's God of War. It's the newer one. Anyway, the way that it tells a story, in that game, it being a third person action platformer as well, it's beautifully done. And I think that that's something that like a game like Alice would, man, it would do so well with. So it my ultimate take, kind of getting to the end of this game, is like, man, I really want another one. I want another one. I would fight through 8, 10, 12 chapters of another game if it was updated and things were a little bit more modern, and we had the chance to see a stronger studio approach this, because I don't play this what is going on with this game at the feet of American McGee solely. I think it's definitely something that could be remedied by a different team for sure. I'm not saying that there are better teams within EA, because I mean, at this point they've changed up so much. I couldn't tell you the internal studios what they are. Here's something I do want to point out. There's EA quality assurance in the credits right here. These people did not do their job. I'm sorry. Maybe that'll probably be that would be the most scathing criticism that I have about this game. None of these people did their job. They did not test this game. And if they did, they got about 3 chapters in and they said, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Chapter 4 was okay. Chapter 3 kind of fell apart. Chapter 5 was a mess. And then chapter 6 was like, why is this even chapter 6? This all could have been like one big ass cutscene and a fight. And I would have loved it if they even had gone the direction of like a 3-stage like Sephiroth fight from Final Fantasy VII, where it's like you beat the Doctor, and or like hell, you fucking fight him as just normal, everyday, average crazy Alice, and like maybe it's a situation where she gets into a struggle with him, and then she goes into another layer and she's like fighting him there, and then because I would have loved to see, you see a lot of how he's manifested towards the end of the game. He's got a lot of the same characteristics of like the marionette dolls and like the oil babies and stuff. Like, to me, they represent him and his influence and what he's done inside of Alice's mind and the trouble that he's caused. I would have loved to see them kind of stair step you through those different enemies and represent the Doctor in those enemies, and then finally build up to like this gigantic crazy monster that is kind of an amalgamation of all those things. But it's disappointing. It's disappointing that we ended up with he's a floating head. He's got two marionette hands. They're doing a bunch of moves from Super Smash Brothers Melee, and you have to fight a couple oil babies. Like it's frustrating too, because it was a pretty big open playing field. I feel like we could have done a lot there. That said, though, I could talk about the disappointments. I mean, it's not really helping anything. Overall I did enjoy my time with this game. To go back to my rating thing, I would comfortably rate this game a 7 out of 10. And I feel frustrated that it's a 7 out of 10. Hell, if I'm being honest, I may be being a little bit generous. Maybe it's a 6.5. Maybe it's a 6 out of 10. Where the design's not connecting, it is not connecting, and it is a miserable experience. But this game's combat is great. Its upgrades are great. Some of its enemies are great. Its aesthetics, great. Its story, it's okay. But I feel like the connected web that holds all of that together, like, it just wasn't quite there. And that disappoints me, because I feel like that this property deserves better than that. And I think ultimately, like, where I land is, was this a 7 out of 10 experience? Yeah. But I've enjoyed my time with it so much so that it does it does make me really sad that we're not going to get another one. You know, I think that's ultimately where I land. And you know what? Maybe that just means that the game was good. Maybe it just means the game was fantastic. If you play a game and you get to the end of the game and you're like, man, I want another one of these, it's a good game. So take what you will out of it. I'm gonna put my seal of approval on it. I think that this was a good game. This was fun. I did have a really good time streaming it for everyone. I think it was a pleasant experience, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot through these past 6 chapters of the stream as well too. We don't really have. I mean, we've got things to do in the game, but man, there's no way. There's no way I'd go back through any of it. That's for sure. What do we got? Do we have? Can we change our outfit? I want to look at these outfits. Can we do that? Surely we can, right? Huh, that's really interesting. Why do you guys think that is? Why is there why is there so much not unlocked? I mean, is there God, let me see. Yeah, we've got all the cinematics, so I mean, I feel like we've gone through all the story material. Just got art, yeah. That's really interesting. I wonder, and I'm gonna do this research on my own because I am really curious. I'm curious to know if there is if there's any benefit to a new game plus. I mean, our overall completion sitting at 91%, and I mean that sounds about right. I was about 91% hit rate on collecting everything. So I mean that checks out. Yeah. So that was it. I'm gonna go ahead and just end it there. It's a little short and sweet stream tonight. I think we're at 42 minutes, 43 minutes. That way everything's just all nice and neat, and I'll probably trim out some of me rambling. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the stream. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.